Nestled in the quiet countryside of Ontario, Canada, lies a tunnel with a past as fiery as it is ghostly. The Screaming Tunnel, a seemingly ordinary rail tunnel, harbors a tale that has sent shivers down the spines of locals and thrill-seekers alike. On a fateful night in 1899, a train carrying a cargo of highly flammable oil derailed, igniting a blaze so intense it consumed everything in its path. The fire was so hot, so relentless, that it melted the very tracks beneath it. But the horror didn't end there. Witnesses reported eerie screams echoing through the tunnel, long after the flames had been extinguished. Some say these screams are the tormented souls of those who perished in the fire, forever trapped in the inferno's grip. Others claim to have seen ghostly figures, their faces contorted in agony, reliving their final moments. Join us as we delve into the chilling history of the Screaming Tunnel, where the boundaries between the living and the dead seem to blur. During the 19th century, the construction of rail tunnels in Ontario was a monumental task, driven by the need to connect the vast and untamed wilderness of the province with the burgeoning industrial centers. The Screaming Tunnel, a stretch of rail tunnel near the small town of Inglewood, was one such project, born out of necessity and ambition. The tunnel was part of the Toronto, Grey and Bruce Railway, a line that aimed to link the northern regions with the bustling city of Toronto. The terrain was rugged, the weather often harsh, and the labor intense. Workers, many of them Irish immigrants, toiled day and night, their sweat and blood mingling with the cold earth. The tunnel itself was a marvel of engineering for its time, a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. The construction process was fraught with danger. Dynamite echoes reverberated through the valleys, and the constant threat of cave-ins loomed over the workers. The tunnel's location, near a dense forest and a winding river, added to the challenges. Workers had to contend with sudden downpours, landslides, and the ever-present risk of accidents. The tunnel's dark, confined spaces were a breeding ground for accidents. The air was thick with dust and the acrid smell of explosives. The workers' lanterns cast eerie shadows on the damp walls, creating an atmosphere of foreboding. Despite the hazards, the work continued, driven by the promise of progress and the lure of wages. One of the most chilling aspects of the tunnel's construction was the lack of safety regulations. Workers were often left to their own devices, relying on their experience and luck to keep them safe. The tunnel's dark, narrow passages were a death trap for many. The constant danger took a toll on the workers, their faces etched with exhaustion and fear. The tunnel's construction was a grim reminder of the human cost of progress. The workers' stories, their struggles, and their sacrifices are a haunting echo that still lingers in the tunnel's dark recesses. The tunnel's construction was not just a feat of engineering, it was a testament to the human spirit's resilience in the face of adversity. The tunnel's dark history is a chilling reminder of the past, a past that still whispers through the cold, damp air. In the quiet town of Toronto, Ontario, a dark chapter of history unfolded, forever etching itself into the local lore. The Screaming Tunnel, a seemingly ordinary rail tunnel, became the stage for a tragic fire that would haunt the community for generations. The tunnel, stretching 300 feet beneath the Bay of Quinte, was a vital link for the Canadian National Railway, connecting the town to the rest of the province. But on one fateful night, it became a death trap, a chilling testament to the fragility of life and the enduring power of the supernatural. The fire started abruptly, a sudden blaze that engulfed the passenger train as it chugged through the tunnel. The exact cause remains a mystery, but the consequences were devastating. The tunnel, with its narrow confines and limited ventilation, turned into an inferno. Passengers and crew alike were trapped, their screams echoing through the darkness, a haunting symphony that would give the tunnel its eerie name. The heat was so intense that it melted the steel rails, twisting them into grotesque shapes. The fire's glow illuminated the tunnel walls, casting long, dancing shadows that seemed to mock the desperate struggle for survival. Survivors spoke of chaos and terror. The tunnel, usually a brief, uneventful part of the journey, became a nightmare. People ran, stumbled, and cried out in panic. The air was thick with smoke and the acrid smell of burning flesh. Some tried to escape through the tunnel's narrow windows, only to be met with the cold, unforgiving waters of the bay. Others huddled together, their bodies pressed against the walls, hoping to find some respite from the searing heat. The fire's roar drowned out their pleas, a brutal reminder of nature's indifference. In the aftermath, the tunnel was left scarred, its walls blackened and its rails twisted. The fire claimed numerous lives, leaving families shattered and a community in mourning. But the tragedy did not end with the fire. Reports of ghostly sightings began to surface, adding another layer of terror to the tunnel's grim history. Some claimed to have seen the spectral figures of those who perished, their faces contorted in silent screams. Others reported hearing the echoes of that fateful night, the distant wails of the damned resonating through the tunnel. The Screaming Tunnel had become more than just a place, it was a portal to the past, a chilling reminder of a night that would never be forgotten. Nestled in the quiet town of Desoronto, Ontario, the Screaming Tunnel stretches its dark maw, a relic of the past that has become a canvas for eerie tales. This 300-meter-long rail tunnel, once a vital link for the Canadian National Railway, now stands as a chilling attraction, its walls whispering secrets of the past. The tunnel's haunting reputation began long before its official opening, with locals speaking of strange occurrences that sent shivers down their spines. Rumors swirled like autumn leaves in the wind. Some claimed to hear disembodied screams echoing through the tunnel, a haunting symphony that seemed to defy explanation. Others spoke of shadowy figures darting between the tracks, their forms flickering like candle flames in the dark. These early reports were often dismissed as mere superstition, the product of overactive imaginations and the natural fear of the unknown. Yet, the stories persisted, growing in number and intensity, as if the tunnel itself was eager to share its secrets. The tunnel's sinister reputation was further cemented by a tragic event that occurred during its construction. A worker, caught in a freak accident, met a gruesome end, his screams echoing through the tunnel as he perished. Some say his spirit remains trapped within the cold, unforgiving walls, his anguished cries still audible on quiet nights. Others believe the tunnel is a magnet for lost souls, a liminal space where the veil between worlds is thin. Whatever the truth, the Screaming Tunnel's early reports of paranormal activity have left an indelible mark on its history, drawing the curious and the brave alike to its shadowy depths. The tunnel's haunting tales are not just confined to screams and shadowy figures. Some visitors report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread as they enter the tunnel, a coldness that seems to seep into their very bones. Others speak of sudden temperature drops, their breath visible in the air despite the warm summer nights. Strange lights have been seen flickering in the distance, dancing like will-o'-the-wisps, leading the unwary deeper into the tunnel's embrace. These experiences, shared by countless visitors, have woven a tapestry of terror that continues to captivate and chill. Nestled in the quiet town of Port Hope, Ontario, a chilling legend has taken root, one that intertwines a tragic fire with eerie ghost sightings. The Screaming Tunnel, a seemingly ordinary rail tunnel, has become a hotspot for paranormal enthusiasts and thrill seekers alike. The tunnel's grim reputation stems from a tragic event that occurred in the late 19th century. A fire broke out in a nearby school, and a young girl, desperate to escape the flames, ran into the tunnel. The smoke and flames overtook her, and she perished within its dark confines. Locals claim that her spirit still lingers, her screams echoing through the tunnel on certain nights, hence the name, the Screaming Tunnel. The legend gained traction over the years, with numerous visitors reporting chilling experiences. Some have claimed to hear the faint, distant screams of a young girl, while others have felt an inexplicable cold spot or an unseen presence brushing against them. The tunnel's atmosphere is undeniably eerie, with its dark, enclosed space and the distant rumble of trains adding to the sense of foreboding. The tunnel's walls, stained with soot and graffiti, seem to whisper secrets of the past. The air is thick with a sense of dread, and the faint smell of smoke lingers, a grim reminder of the tragic event that sparked the legend. The Screaming Tunnel's reputation has grown to such an extent that it has become a popular destination for ghost hunters and paranormal investigators. Equipped with cameras, voice recorders, and other gadgets, they venture into the tunnel's inky blackness, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. Some have reported capturing electronic voice phenomena, EVP, faint whispers, or screams that cannot be explained. Others have claimed to see apparitions, shadowy figures that dart in and out of the darkness. The tunnel's allure lies in its ability to evoke a sense of unease, a feeling that something is not quite right. Despite the tunnel's grim reputation, it remains a popular spot for locals and tourists alike. Some visit out of curiosity, drawn by the legend and the promise of a thrill. Others come seeking answers, hoping to uncover the truth behind the ghostly sightings. Whatever the reason, the Screaming Tunnel continues to captivate and terrify in equal measure. Its dark confines hold a chilling allure, a reminder of a tragic past that refuses to be forgotten. The legend of the Screaming Tunnel is a testament to the power of storytelling, a chilling tale that continues to echo through the years. Nestled in the quiet town of Port Hope, Ontario, the Screaming Tunnel is a rail tunnel that has become infamous for its eerie reputation. The tunnel, a mere 300 meters long, is said to be haunted by the ghost of a young girl who perished in a fire that once ravaged the area. The tale is chilling, but it's the eyewitness accounts and evidence that have kept paranormal enthusiasts and locals alike intrigued for decades. Eyewitnesses have reported hearing blood-curdling screams echoing through the tunnel, especially when it's completely dark. Some have even claimed to see a ghostly figure darting through the shadows. The screams are so loud and sudden that they often startle those who venture into the tunnel, even on the brightest of days. The phenomenon is so well known that the tunnel has become a popular spot for ghost hunters and thrill seekers, particularly around Halloween. Locals have shared stories of their own experiences, with some swearing they felt an unseen presence brush against them as they walked through the tunnel. Others have reported sudden drops in temperature, a common occurrence in supposed haunted locations. The evidence supporting these claims is largely anecdotal, but it's the consistency of the stories that lends credence to the legend. Many who have entered the tunnel with skepticism have emerged with a newfound belief in the paranormal. The tunnel's dark, enclosed space amplifies every sound, making even the slightest noise seem like a scream. This acoustic phenomenon, combined with the tunnel's grim history, has created the perfect storm for a haunted legend to take root. Some have even captured eerie sounds on audio recordings, further fueling the mystery. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the Screaming Tunnel remains a chilling testament to the power of local lore and the enduring allure of the unknown. The tunnel's reputation has grown over the years, with visitors from all over coming to experience the phenomenon for themselves. Whether it's the result of natural acoustics, overactive imaginations, or something truly supernatural, the Screaming Tunnel continues to captivate and terrify those who dare to enter its dark confines. Nestled in the quiet town of Port Dover, Ontario, the Screaming Tunnel is a rail tunnel that has become infamous for its eerie reputation. The tunnel's haunted status is often attributed to a tragic fire that occurred in the early 20th century, where a school bus carrying children allegedly caught fire inside the tunnel. The screams of the children, it is said, still echo through the tunnel on dark, quiet nights. But beyond the ghostly tales, there are other theories and explanations that attempt to unravel the mystery of the Screaming Tunnel. One prevalent theory revolves around the phenomenon of infrasound, a low-frequency sound that is often imperceptible to the human ear but can induce feelings of unease, dread, or even terror. Infrasound can be produced by natural events like wind or distant thunder, or by man-made sources such as machinery or traffic. The Screaming Tunnel, with its enclosed space and the occasional passing of trains, could potentially amplify these low-frequency sounds, creating an atmosphere that feels haunted. Visitors have reported feeling a sudden sense of dread or hearing faint, inexplicable screams, which could be attributed to the presence of infrasound. Another explanation lies in the power of suggestion and the psychological phenomenon known as the suggestibility effect. When people visit the Screaming Tunnel, they often come with preconceived notions of its haunted reputation. This expectation can heighten their senses and make them more susceptible to interpreting ordinary sounds and sensations as paranormal activity. The brain, eager to make sense of the unknown, can fill in the blanks with ghostly explanations. Additionally, the tunnel's dark, confined space can induce a state of heightened anxiety, making visitors more likely to perceive shadows as figures and echoes as screams. Some researchers also point to the role of electromagnetic fields, EMFs, in the tunnel. EMFs can interfere with the brain's electrical activity, potentially causing hallucinations or feelings of unease. The presence of electrical infrastructure, such as power lines or railway signals, could generate EMFs that contribute to the tunnel's eerie atmosphere. Studies have shown that exposure to certain frequencies of EMFs can induce sensations of being watched or even seeing apparitions. While the exact mechanisms are not fully understood, the interplay of infrasound, suggestibility, and EMFs offers a plausible, non-supernatural explanation for the phenomena experienced in the Screaming Tunnel. As the echoes of the past fade into the cold, damp walls of the Screaming Tunnel, we are left with a haunting question: what truly happened here? Was it the tragic fire that claimed lives, or something more sinister that lingers in the shadows? The screams that echo through the tunnel at night, the ghostly figures seen flickering in the darkness, these are the chilling remnants of a story that refuses to be silenced. If you've ever felt a sudden chill, heard an unexplained whisper, or seen a shadow where there should be none, you know the power of the unknown. The Screaming Tunnel is more than just a place, it's a testament to the mysteries that still haunt us, the stories that refuse to be forgotten. So, the next time you find yourself near the Screaming Tunnel, will you dare to step inside? Will you listen for the whispers of the past, the echoes of the lost? Or will you stay on the safe side, content to let the mystery remain unsolved? Whatever you choose, remember this, the past is never truly gone. It lingers, it waits, and sometimes, it screams. And if you're hungry for more tales of the unexplained, stay tuned. We've got plenty more chilling stories to share, stories that will keep you up at night, wondering if the world is as safe as it seems. Subscribe, hit the bell, and join us as we dive deeper into the shadows, searching for the truth that lies just beyond the light. Until then, keep your eyes open, your ears sharp, and your mind curious. Because in a world full of mysteries, the only thing we can be sure of is that there's always more to discover. Always more to fear. Always more to explore.